Hello everyone, and welcome back to Fableheim and the Legend of Ascension. We have made our way all around the round table to the final DLC Lord, the Skeleton Lord, His Grace himself. And that means we're on Ascension 12, where the cost of collectors and therapist tasks increased by 25%. And the keen among you may have noticed that I'm now level 17. That's because I attempted some cute hybrid thing, but it went as all my hybrid attempts do, miserably terrible. It was kind of pivoting into just a full morale build, and then I died. And it wasn't even entertaining death. It was just like, well, this didn't work out at all. So here we are with a new attempt, a new take, and it's gonna be great. I can feel it in my bones, and that's not just because Thanatos is here. Our talents, all the way up the left side. I love this absolute left side tree. It's fantastic. It's more damage, it's more morale, it's more good stuff. And our other one is here, which actually, Master generating 2 life each time you gain a soul fragment is probably really good for Ascension. This is probably just great. So we're going to accept that graciously. Well, I'm going to accept my gracious defeat. And I'm going to explain to you my glorious scheme. No artifact fishing today. We're just going to run with whatever the game gives me. Please be good.
Home sweet home.
Not really. We are also going to be selecting the tombstone. This is the generic, hey, we're doing a Lord run. What promotion do we want? We want the tombstone. It's just good. It's just good. The rest of this is not going to be too fantastic for us. 2 random monsters could be okay. Of course, that's 3 when you get it upgraded. But slow really blows. Ba-dum-bum. So it can take the damage. And allow me to name our friends. Some of these are going to look very familiar, and I'll explain what scheme I've come up with. I love it when the blobfish is just named Bob. I didn't have to change his name. It's just Bob. The game has accepted that as his canonical name. Bob, the blobfish. So when I was, after my failure, my very pathetic failure, which did involve Morgana, by the way, I went through the Archivist, and I was looking, what monster just does the most flat morale damage? Because we've done so much demoralized stuff, I didn't want to do it again. I mean, we will in the future, but for this one, I didn't want to do it again. And it turns out, it's Thanatos. Thanatos' special Memento Mori does the most single target morale damage in the entire game, raw asterisk. Because there are ways to do more. It just, you have to line a few things up first. One such way could be with Taeguk. And I think this could be fun, because usually I use Taeguk as just like a demoralization bot. Like he just spams his area attack until he dies. Whoop-de-frickin-do. But he has a back attack where he will deal 40 morale damage. And it will attack again if the target is afflicted by at least 4 penalties. Now, 4 penalties is quite a bit. When we get him to level 3, that'll reduce down to 3 penalties. And 3 penalties can still be a lot. But it's also much more doable with the Giga Chat himself, Sir Gurrakul, who we also saw in the last run. But he's just a good boy. Mostly he's here for the random penalties he applies. Joined by Morgana, who is here mostly because her front attack is actually disgusting. And I want just more raw damage. It does apply demoralization, but that's just a nice little side effect. Also, the passive here, if we fight something with negative air resistance, it will just do more morale damage. And in case you haven't picked up on the trend yet, I just want to hit as hard as possible. That sounds fun to me. We are also joined by Yogg-Sothoth, the one, the only. My good boy. His frontal attack has saved me innumerable times, and it's going to do so again. Bob is here because his back attack actually hits really hard. At level 3, that's 80 morale damage with Terrified. Pretty good. Also, he can be a very tanky boy if he's in the second room, which is where he's going to be. As for our traps, we have one. It happened again. And it is the Modified Fan. I am a fan of the Modified Fan. This deals 10 morale damage to everybody, inconsequential, but also applies tiredness too, which is fantastic. If we could find the thing, that'd be great. The thing being the protein barrel. The Prank Pie is our starting artifact. It's not great. The first attack suffered by each hero applies easy target 5. We don't really care about that. But because we only have one trap, we are going to tap the first merchant and see what there is high to see. Don't do it. Don't. You have a plan. Stick to the plan. Another Morgana. Is the second Morgana a part of our plan? Not particularly. Not particularly, but she could be. Ah, the good boy. And a second Bob. Now, the good boy is not really a part of our plan, but with guaranteed crit, this could be hilarious. And he's just a good character. With 225, we could tap, like, if we're going to leave, okay. We're going to accept that we're leaving. Bork, of course, used, I've lost count how many times, because his attack is a demoralization once he levels up once more, but I'm thinking this time for the guaranteed crit. Because, like I said, big numbers. Big. Gigantic. There are so many people that need to level up, though. Morgana, this is like double damage at level 3. This is demoralized, and of course, more powers. Great. Yogg, this gets increased. Bob, this gets increased. Thanatos, this gets increased. But we'll start with Taeguk. I mentioned he was the spark of inspiration for this build, so we're going to take it. A giant worm has oozed its way into the lower levels of the dungeon. What will you do with it once you've killed it? We will sell it for only 100 gold. A banshee has offered her crying services for a very reasonable price. You could get a smaller quantity of tears for free if you show her one of your employees to get her all emotional. Now, 50 gold for 20 tears. It's not the worst deal in the world. It's not a great deal either. Especially since we're going to be getting loads and loads of tears if everything goes according to plan. Which, you know, it seldom does. We're going to refuse this. If we were getting blood along the way, I would have taken it, because that would have just been easy transmutation, but meh. We're going to have to turn our tears into blood to then transmute for gold, which is going to be expensive. But anyway, first combat, we get a disaster. Wow, the game was suspiciously kind. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. I am suspicious of everything the game does. Now, with Taeguk at level 3, as mentioned, he only needs 3 penalties on the enemy. So if we bring Sir Gracule with us, hopefully that'll help things out. Sir Gracule is also our armor. Also a sizable amount of our fire resistance. Is he all of it? Pretty much all of it. So we'll bring Thanatos back. He provides some armor for the second room, which actually isn't, like, supremely lacking in armor. Okay, we'll go with this. We'll go with this. Our nature resistance is pretty terrible. But hey, that's all things that we can work out in the future. Probably. Well, the game was kind enough to give me a disaster, but it took that kindness and threw it out the window, because this dungeon layout sucks for what we've got going on. But we have to accept what the game has decided. Leading the charge is the Berserker. The Berserker will be attacking the front with physical damage, and Sir Gracule is going to devour it. Beautiful. Can I get one turn with Taeguk? Yes! This was everything I wanted. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I guess the Prank Pride does help us in that. It's a debuff. Is it even worth it? Let's find out. 1, 2. Great. Shit. We probably want Taeguk in the second room. Oh, I forgot to introduce the other Q characters. The Valkyrie attacking everyone with air, which, ironically, Taeguk was weak to. But then the shitty Shamanin is here attacking with fire, which Taeguk was resilient to. And Morgana had the opposite. Morgana was resilient to the air, but not the fire. And they were exact same values, too. It was 35 minus 35 and 35 minus 35. Just something ironic. Anyway, we did enough damage for this to be ridiculous, because Thanatos is just a win condition. Is it unfair that I started with Thanatos? Probably. Do I care? Absolutely not. Also, Bob. Bob's resistance is looking good. They're looking swell. I was legitimately upset when my first attempt didn't work, Because it wasn't even just like a, oh, that was a bumpy ride. We've had those runs, right? Where there's a little bumpy ride. No, it was a just absolute shit show from start to finish. Hey, Horseface. So I thought about bringing Bojack. Obviously I decided against it. But what if we just, you know, pick him up? Maybe he'll see play. I kind of doubt it, but hey. Bo. I think we just called him Bo. I don't remember. Because I don't use him. Now, I might double event into course here. I usually don't pick up courses. Usually. But, it's always fun to try something new. While walking through the corridors, you notice a monster waiting for a job interview. You could hire the candidate right now without intermediaries. On the other hand, what makes them think they can come in uninvited? What does, Karen? Go away. I need my money. Money! The R&D manager needs a guinea pig to test a new trap. He is asking you to provide him with one of your employees in exchange for some gold. Bob. 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 Now, what does Bob do for us? Is Bob worth 400 gold? Bob's attack is pretty swell. I like it a lot. And he is incredibly and deceptively tanky in the second room. I suppose he could be in the first room as well if you just have absolute nuclear bombs going off right away. Or a friendly dungeon layout. But I don't know what the second thing is, so... I think we want to keep Bob. I think we do. The 400 gold is really tempting, but... Bob's a good boy. It would be Does this not cost 200 anymore? Does this cost 250 now? Fine. Let's go level up. Oh, Gracule needs to be level 4 for this to be 2. Oh, that sucks. Oh, that sucks a lot. Okay. Well, should we get started then? Bob. Alright, we're gonna level Morgana. Even though she's really frail. But this is like 100% damage increase. So, yeah. From 38 to 75. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Pretty reliable. Two of your employees have been caught red-handed brawling like two elves for a hairbrush. You'll be tough and suspend them for 5 weeks, or threaten them with a pay cut to be sure it will not happen again. You could also buy them a second hairbrush, which I'd love to do. But I cannot. Because I'm broke. Now, if I ignore this, one of them is going to kill the other. So, we have to sanction them, which means our next fight is going to be a bitch. Which means we start with... Do we start with Bo? Oh, dear mother of pearl. Uh-oh. Alrighty. This will be great. In fact, we can just go after the hardest encounter. Can't we? We're that... And it's a campfire, too. You know what? Fuck it. We're already rowing backwards up shit creek. So let's just go all in, shall we?
I immediately regret this decision.
Third time's the charm, because none of this is very nice. Please do something really good with this. Well, that wasn't too bad. Leading the charge is the sorceress, who will be attacking the front with air damage, which Bork is usually not very good against, but he does apply elemental resistance to himself. Okay. You know, I kind of did see that coming. Joined by the knight Arthur, but what is a king before a god? Someone who's making my life very difficult, and I wish he would stop. Please and thank you. And last but not least is the Mamluk, who will be attacking the back with air damage. And you know what the Mamluk brings with him? A morale heal. Ooh, this shucks. I wish Morgana were here. Morgana would be able to tank the air damage decently well. But, yeah, this has gone very poorly. But I think this time I'm actually going to kill something, which is a good start. Yogg is, of course, going to break here. He'll eat this attack, and then King Arthur will come in. Almost perfect lethal him. I kind of thought that would break her. Please? I don't want to waste my tombstone on you. And I'm going to. Okay. Alrighty. How much do you have? 7-7? Is 50 with Terrified? Yes. No. Motherfucker. Okay, we have to bring out Thanatos. That's okay. Thanatos doesn't apply to Moez to these two, which sucks, but he does incur the penalty by killing her. Okay. And then guess what's after this? A campfire! That's great. Oh, fuck you, game. Oh, you know what's next? Nothing.
Well, mortals.
And, Cox here, good old Cox, is weak to air damage. And it's me getting tiredness applied to himself. I'm debating consuming soul fragments, and I think I have to. I'm gonna give it a shot anyway. Also, we're getting tiredness applied to us every turn, which is really not good for damage and all that. But the Enrage should cover it, and of course every turn they're attacking me, they are taking demoralization stacks. This will be the Mamluk dead, who is my biggest threat. Please go away. And now it's just me and King Arthur. And Arthur doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but his poke alongside the bleeding is probably gonna hurt. But we're gonna make it through. Third time is the charm. With most of my health as the payment. So let's see. We lost second combat. We lost 738 hit points. Okay. 69 though. That was nice. It wouldn't be a Fable build without it. It really wouldn't. Time for the miraculous build, baby. I'm sure that won't come back to bite me in the ass. So because I got the hairbrush event, I can't get it again, right? Okay, they'll be back. That's fine. A monster has been caught with an adult magazine depicting humans. Will you turn a blind eye to this obvious case of anthropophilia? Or will you confiscate it to take a better look at it? Or science, of course. We are going to permit this. It is so Cracule, the Giga-chan. If he wants to see some titties, he can see some titties. A headhunter is here to show you a promising monster he has spotted on the job market. Do you wish to recruit it? Absolutely! This wasn't going to be a demoralization build, but if the game throws Nomura at me, I'm going to take her. You know what the downside is? Fucking broke! The story of my life. So, do we fix that? Magic purse. Thank you, video game. Bye, Bo. The magic purse, of course, one of the best items in the game, as long as you're like, first 50% of the run through. And hopefully it will allow us to level up Thanatos himself. Now, with our 128 gold, I feel like I should get a second trap. But if I don't find a morale trap first tap, I don't think I can get one. So we're instead going to go through an event. Oh. Good news, everyone! The board has declared that due to a great financial period, the company can allocate you extra resources in the form of a trap, a recruit, or cold. Hard cash. I'm in desperate need of a trap, but this is the Bag of Aeolus, which does air damage and slows. Not great. We could pick up Putricide, the Professor. Could be okay. Not really, though. Or 200 gold. Which I took. Alrighty. Game. Game. Please. For the love of the dark gods, go here. Let us not suffer too greatly. I accept certain levels of suffering, okay? I will accept that. Certain levels of suffering. Sacred altar of... Okay, it's fine. Perhaps I should have been a little more specific when I said I permitted specific levels of suffering. But here we are. Our first champion is Miyamoto, the samurai, who will be dealing loads of air damage to the front, and... if only. And applying air weakness. If the target has air weakness, it will ricochet to the next target. And if that target has air weakness, it'll ricochet to the next. You sense the trend, I assume. So, I wonder how this is calculated. I almost want to press the button for science. If I press this, he gets easy target, which is then 3 penalties. Will it go off again, or is it like he has 2 penalties now, you're SOL? I think it's that one. So instead we're just going to do more demoralized. Not a demoralized build, he said. I also just realized I had the miraculous build. So I would have pressed it once, he would have gotten easy target, miraculous pill would have gone off, and I would have gotten it twice. Good job. You did great, Brain. You remembered perfectly. Can't remember shit, but that's okay. Because Thanatos is here, and Thanatos is here to make things right. Now, of course, Bob is fantastic against this whole team of single-target elemental damage, of which I only introduced one. But hey, the Disciple is already gone, and so is the Scholar, so we don't need to talk about them. Saved by Thanatos. Who would have guessed? Who could have seen it coming? Not me. Well, okay. I'll take the trap. Kel'Thuzad was also there, but Kel'Thuzad is not really a part of what we're doing. Additionally, I should probably hit the trainer. That there is a doctor. El Doctor. But we're going to believe in our strength. In our power. We need blood. In the greatness. I'm going to have 0 money left over, but it's going to be hashtag worth it. 2 gold. In the greatness of the magical purse. I need to extend this, I think. Yeah. Okay. Had to think about that for a second. Did we make it? We're 4 short! When it comes to the Undertaker and upgrading your promotion, this is the most important one. The Orb of Power, to bring an additional monster back to life. But since we cannot do that, what do we do instead? Probably just Jack-o'-lantern. And if we're feeling spicy, commemorative plaque. So hero penalties don't go away. Alright. We'll get it next time. We'll get it next time. Now, we are pretty strong. Oh, just kidding. We're max strength. I would like to swap-aroo the Rumaroos so that Morgana and Taika can have a breather. Taika may be an important part of the plan, but it doesn't need to be in every single freaking fight. Okay? This whole Sir Gracule Taika thing has gone off, like, once, maybe? Maybe? Bob definitely doesn't want to be up here. I also can't help but notice that all of them... Uber weak to fire, and even weaker to nature. Alright, whatever. The rooms were good. We're just gonna embrace it, okay? Accept it. And get another artifact. I'll be broke, but we'll have another artifact. And isn't that what truly matters? Not really, no, but we're gonna go for it. Okay, don't question my trap layout. I know it doesn't make any sense, but I wanted the Tyrannosaur one. Because remember that incredible nature weakness I was talking about? Oh, this was convenient. Say hello to the Enchanter, Elias, who not only shuffled our team inconsolably, but also is applying dealing nature damage and applying elemental weakness to everybody. It is certainly not a good time. He is joined by the Sage, who is leading the front, and who is also going to one-tap Circuracule. But that's only going to happen after everyone else has done their stuff, so thank you for your service, Circuracule. You served us well. And then we immediately died. Okay. Good. That's the danger of the Miraculous Pill. The Miraculous Pill takes effect when you place the person, but then he gets shuffled, moved to a different position, becomes vulnerable, and, well, you saw what happens. Bad things. Thankfully, there's no stupid sacred altar here to ruin this. And Thanatos is, of course, in the second position to, well, win. Isn't it beautiful? I almost killed it. Literally. Also, this should do like double... Yep. I didn't think this would ever proc. But we deal double damage if someone runs away. So let's get some blood. I don't need only tears. I mean, I would like tears, but... Bye-bye. So we've gone from... Teguk inspired this idea to Thanatos just hits really hard. But you know what? I'll accept that. I will accept that reality. I'm going to take the homeopathic poison. Am I? Yeah, I am. Okay. This is the hybrid, I don't want to say key, but it does open that door. Here's with less than 50% of their maximum morale, lose 30 to all resistance. So the idea is you chip away at the morale, then they have no resistance left and die. By chance, you meet a tamer traveling through the region and looking for some work. This traveler offers to train one of your employees at half price. If you have the right employee in your employ, you could even negotiate for him to work for free. First of all, yes. Second of all, I think this is the first time I've ever seen the employee he's trying to train be the employee that bargains with him. Anyway, thank you. I will take a free level 3 Circuracule. Maybe he won't instantly die. Maybe that's well-wishing. Now, I want to business trip, but if I press that button, whatever person we send off means the team we have is the team we have, and there ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And if Morgana once again goes away, we have no nature resist. That kind of sucks. Kind of don't like that. So instead we'll go to the Sanctuary. 15 weeks? That's week 36? Oh, come on. If this was... This should cover the next champion, though, right? Won't cover the last one, but... Is that good enough? Or do I just... I think I have to alchemy. We'll accept it. We've had, a hard time, we'll say. We're going to freebie this. And we're going to alchemy. So, how do we alchemy? We want to make sure we have some blood left over. So I think we do this twice. And then we do this once. Actually, we just go all in. There we go. We now just have 38 blood. We'll use that later. It's a special tool that will help us at a later date. Now, I think... I mean, I do have 2 traps. One of them's just kind of worthless if the lineup just isn't great. So what if we just go get another monster? Because we're in need of that as well. Okay. What we're going to do is we are going to swap the rooms. You guys are probably going to die a horrible and most painful death, but you can't blame me, okay? Too much. We will bring Bob back. Still no nature resist, but it'll be fine. It'll be just peachy. Something. Nature weakness. They really hate the middle slot this time because leading the charge is none other than the Dragon Knight. We'll be attacking the center with nature or physical damage after he applied vulnerability to Circular Ghoul. Uh-oh. He is joined by the Amazon, who will also be attacking the center for loads of nature damage. The Mamluk is here as well and could not even kill Yog-Sothoth. You've made a terrible mistake, my friend, because now he's going to kill you. Bibbidi bobbidi, get off my property. Too bad it wasn't quite enough, but I expected that to one-tap. Thanatos has a minus 50% nature weak. Okay, it did pretty much. We did get the lure lineup, which isn't going to be great, but it'll do something. Probably. Maybe. The Mamluk did, in fact... Oh? Oh. Oh! I get to do the thing! I get to repent! Repent, non-believers! Foul heretics who believe not in the greater will. Or whatever. Will you survive? Bad. Bob is sitting on minus 50% nature resist, so I'm going to go with... No. No, he will not. Thankfully, good old Morgana Le Fay did in fact survive. The Terrified is putting in so much work. Oh, he did live. Get fucked. And I can repent again. Hey! It's beautiful. Truly beautiful. It worked! We did it! Cthulhu, save me! Do you have nature weakness, Cthulhu? Perchance? Oh, thank God. I mean, he doesn't have nature resist, but it's not. That's right, right? Yeah, I think that's right. It's not awful. Alrighty. I kind of want to upgrade the modified fan. Tiredness 2 doesn't feel like it's enough. It does not feel... Do I have... I have enough. Okay. It's too... Shit, do I? But just go with the trainer. So we want to level up Bork. Bork is not incredibly useful as he is. Thanatos is fine at level 3. He doesn't need to go to level 4. Cthulhu probably is much more useful at level 3. Does Teguk get stronger at level 4? I do have the blood. We could level up somebody to level 4. Teguk. He does do all around more damage. And he has 20 more power. Which is why he probably does all around more damage. Something. Teguk is what inspired this build. Something. Night meme. Why is it always the night meme? Always the night meme catcher. I'm resisting the urge to do this. I'm resisting to just full fucking pivot. You know, for fun. But we don't have a whole lot of demoralization. We have like a concentrated amount of it. So instead we'll send out Bork for money and tears. Why not? At the black market, is there anyone I would like to sell? Not particularly right now. Gothar demands blood. Quench his thirst, and he will send one of his most dreadful avatars into the mortal world. What did you give me? You gave me Murazond. Oh, shit. Hi. Nature resist. Murazond could also do some insane numbers. Of course, not flat numbers, they're percentage numbers, but that's why they're so insane. During a break, you played the famous fantasy role-playing game Houses and Humans with your employees. They've learned a lot about themselves. Great. I'm so proud of you. So very proud of you. Alright, now the question is... I kind of liked Teguk in Room 2. It did a lot of work, but it required like a lineup to happen. But Bob with Teguk, I didn't even put this together until just now. Bob with Teguk is amazing. He applies Terrify to the back. Taika slaps the back. Cthulhu. I was actually thinking about putting Cthulhu in my original build because he also has a special that does decently good damage. What if we just run it down like this? I have some nature resist now. Not really. Yeah, this worked out. It worked out, so let's try it again. If it works once, it could be a fluke. If it works twice, it's probably... That's a trap. And equal amounts of money. But a campfire. Nah, let's go fuck the champion. We are in the presence of royalty. Thorgrim Grudgebearer, High King of the Dowie, is here to say hello. And get slapped a bunch. Good healing. Good healing. Already at 50%. Thorgrim Grudgebearer is going to be slapping the front. The first position with loads of air damage and applying vulnerability to himself. Do not question the ways of the High King. They don't need to make sense. Also, he does stuff when he's fully vulnerable, but that's okay. Oh, Thanatos lives at 1. Isn't that beautiful? And he's going to kill the High King. Alrighty. At an end, your rule is, and not short enough it was. He is joined by the Shitty Shimanonen, who is doing AoE fire damage, and the Ice Wizard doing AoE ice damage and shuffling the whole team around. The shuffle actually worked out pretty well for us, and guess who's here? That's right, it's Cthulhu, who gives not a single fuck about either of these elements, which is great. Truly fantastic. I like it a lot. Bye. Now, I did put the lure down here and the modify fan up there. You know, just in case they made it through. I wasn't too afraid of the High King, which feels like an insult to the Dowie, but I wasn't. But, yeah. GG, everyone. Repent. Okay. Game. I do not want Kelthu. Motherfucking Zod. Do I want the troll beer? Technically, this is better than the prank pie. Well, the prank pie is cute. I guess we'll take it. I guess we'll take it. This can lead to some tanky boys, because it increases the person in the front, their life by 50%, but it does make them lose 50 speed, so they're probably going to go last. Probably. It's just the way it is. Don't ask me why. Now, I would love nothing more than to go trainer, or to go engineer, event trainer. But there's a part of me in the back of my mind that is afraid I won't have the money to do what I want. So let's take a look at what we want to do, shall we? We have 28 blood, which means we can bring 2 people. 2 people. I do have 28, right? Yeah. How did that happen? To level 4. Who are those 2 people going to be? I would love to level Sir Gracule, the Giga Chad. Bob just gets tankier at level 4, which might not be a terrible idea. Morgana. I think her passive doubles at level 4, which wouldn't be terrible. I don't know how... I have no idea how much it's going to cost. Probably around 200 each with the magic burst. Yogg gets better at level 4. I think that goes up to 80 damage, which is amazing. Yogg has already been amazing. So the other part of me is just like, event trainer. Just accept that. The modified fan is not leveling up. Just accept your reality. Huh. A strange gentleman in the guise of a toy manufacturer knocks on your door and offers to sell you a range of amusing items. He requests nothing in exchange, other than the materials required to make them. A strange and most troubling force physically prevents you from declining. Now, we've seen the rallying banner before, and it stands before us once again. I do have loads of psychopomps. I have 1, 2, 3. Oh. Maybe not as many as I thought. That's weird. I have 3 psychopomps, 3 demons, and 3 Neptunians. Wait, are you... Oh, just kidding. I have 4 psychopomps. Bo is a psychopomp. I thought he was a Neptunian for a second. I was like, wait a minute. There's no such thing as a seahorse. Oh, wait. There is. Anyway, I want the Horn of Plenty. Ooh, probably homeopathic. I don't care about hybrid, really. I don't. A healer is offering their services for an exorbitant amount of gold. That said, it might be possible to get a better price if you use some of your employees' special talents. I have Bork. He's just not here right now. Still, I'd probably refuse. Although that's basically a full heal. I'd refuse because I need all the money I have to do. Oh, yeah, you could level up too. No. Stay focused. Focus. Oh, right. His passive gets... All right, Bob. Congratulations. You're level 4. Your passive also gets better, which I like. Your passive gets better, which I like. I haven't been using Gurakul with Taeguk. So is there a point to leveling Gurakul? Besides the fact that he is, in fact, a Giga Chad. I am aware. Fully. And with the Troll Beer, he might actually survive one turn. Ooh. 2 random penalties plus the burn from his attack. Although, that does require they have a penalty. Which right now they do because of the event, but they won't unless I put the modified fan in the way. Why are there so many stipulations? Although Taeguk will always go first, right? So Taeguk could apply Demoralize to everybody. This is contingent on both of them living one turn. Morgana at 100 hit points kind of feels... I'm gonna give it to Grakul. Grakul is, in fact, the Giga Chad. You know it. I know it. Everyone knows it. Please have 85. I've been such a good... There we go. The Orb of Power. We can now spawn 2 people, which have 20% increased damage. And I have a little bit left over, which I think I'm going to save. Am I? There. Sure. Not like there's anything good for me to do. We cannot have the trainer, so we shall say hello to El Doctor, who shall restore 216 of our missing life. A young man manages to sneak up to you and threaten you with a rusty blade. His face straight with angry tears, he seeks to avenge his family tortured and devoured before his very eyes. You can gently pat him on the shoulder and show him the exit. Amuse yourself with his suffering, or offer him to your employees as a gift. We shall torture him. That sounds like a skeleton lord thing to do. I could go to the business trip here. Also, our buffed us right now. And we can accept the 5-week thing. And whoever it is will be back. Will they? For the final boss. It's week 43. So they should be back. Or I could just double event. Or I could event Alchemist. Okay. The Workers Union has made a suggestion. A request. An anonymous suggestion box for the employees. Even if they cannot write this simple gesture, will boost morale. They do not need to know that the suggestions box will empty straight into the trash. Now, technically, I don't need to do this. There's only 2 combats left. So I'm not going to. Even if Yogg goes here and dies, he'll be at 1 motivation. And that's enough. That's all he needs for the final fight. You know? We are going to alchemy quite a bit. Because I want to hit that trainer. It's probably the last one. We're about to acquire many tiers. But how many people do we have to level? Vantor, tree, 4 question mark. Good talk. Fuck! I hit the wrong button. God damn it. Ah, I fucked up. I fucked up so bad. Damn it, that's like the 5th time I've done that too. I've done that before. I don't know if it's the 5th time, but I would be surprised if it was. Anyway, we don't really need another artifact. Our lineup is pretty good. Although I guess we get a replacement for the purse. But I need it here. Okay, fine. Master bonus it is. I am absolutely horrified. No, the team comp that we're facing. No. The dungeon layout is perfect. It literally could not have rolled better, and that terrifies me because we still have one more fight to do, game. I can't use all my luck right now. But leading the charge is the Knight. Knight Arthur, what is a king before a god? Very little when Yogg Sothoth gets done with them. Joined by the Mamluk, who will be attacking the back with air damage. Yogg is going to enjoy that. Oh, okay, he lives it too. And applying tightness. And the Invoker, who will be attacking the front. You do have negative armor. Sure. Attacking the front with fire damage, which Gracule will eat with joy. He was also eating the physical damage because he has 60 armor at level 4. The Giga Chad. Need I remind you? And, do we even need this perfect layout? I kind of hope we do. It's too perfect to not use. And I don't think the game's going to let me use it. Oh, it might. It might. If Gracule wasn't such a Chad. So, the reason why this layout's so perfect, in case you were curious. Oh, yeah, you heal, don't you? Talent is such a magical thing. Is we got the lure in the first room, which did some damage. We got the first monster room. And then we have the trap. The trap that's going to go off twice. Of course, this guy's a passive, so that he can't have enough stacks of tiredness, but it would have affected the other two, and that's the important part. Then we had this room, which, I mean, this is fine. But then we had the monster room, and the other guys would have already had the debuff. It would have been fine. But no. I didn't even get a chance to. He did one tap Morgana. I did not expect that. Morgana had 45% fire or air resistance. But anyway, it's unimportant. Truly unimportant. Did I not get a soul fragment with you? What? Oh, you barely lived. Anyway, Bob is very thick at level 4, and I like it. We'll take resistance, sure. I just now realized I never explained what Bob did at level 4, but his passive is that he gains 15 to all resistances for each hero with less than 50% of their max morale. So if all 3 heroes are still alive with less than 50% morale, he suddenly has plus 45 to all of his resistances. And thus no negative resistance, and mostly all positive. And like 100% ice resist. Very tanky boy. Very tanky. Now this is looking a lot like it is a trainer into... guess we can say hello to the collectors, depending on what is week 42. But because I fucked up, we go from level 1 person to level 4, and no one deserves it more than Thanatos. We can also finally make Bork useful. Wow, wonderful. What's this? Alchemy or events? Alright, well, we're going to play it safe. I wish I checked what that actually was worth. Hi. We're not going to touch the events because you never know what sort of fucked up thing they could throw your way. Knowing my luck, they'd offer me money in both of these events that I can't use because we are at the end. The glorious end has arrived. And we have to decide how to make use of it. How to make the most of it. How's our ice resist up here? It's okay. I kind of want Bork in room 1 and Gracule in room 2. My fire resist does kind of suffer if he's out, but I still have plenty of armor. Yeah, we'll swap these two around. Now we have the combo. Whether we actually use the combo, yet to be seen, but I actually have it now, so, you know, there's that. And with this, my friends, we face the champion of Ascension 12. Yes, I am satisfied. This is really bad. Are we all dead? Not even a single turn. Welcome to hell, bitches, because this is the hardest fight I think I've ever done. And I'm not going to lose on week 43. I'm not. You can't make me. You can't. I wish you did, like, just a tiny bit more damage, Thanatos. Just ever so slightly tiny more amount. Oh, he did, because I crit. Thank you, Thanatos. I'm so proud of you. The champion. Please don't kill me. The champion is the Druidess. But that's not the real threat here. You know it. I know it. And the game fucking knows it. The real threat is the Shadow, who will be attacking the front with loads of nature damage, and is joined by perhaps the worst possible ancillary for him, the Enchanter, who is not only dealing AoE nature damage, are you sensing the trend here, and applying elemental weakness, so I take even more damage, but he also, the motherfucker, takes 50% less morale damage. I can't believe Morgana lives from the first shadow attack. I still cannot accept it. But I'm pretty sure, yep, everyone's dead again. Also, this whole team is fast as fuck. Oh, I didn't put Yogg down. Uh-oh. So Thanatos. It says he has 160 speed. Do you still have that if I place you here? Please tell me. No. It's minus 40 speed, right? Minus 20 speed. Okay, that's fine. We're going to put Thanatos there. We can double revive, remember. Who can even survive? Anyone? I don't think so. I think I just have to put down Teguk and spam Demoralize. Because he's the only one that can act before this bitch. Because remember, here in the... Okay. I lied. He cannot. Here in the graveyard, they cannot lose their Demoralize stack. And that applies even to the passive of the Druidess, fun fact. But now Thanatos is dead. I thought it applied to her effect, but I guess not.
Almost had me waiting.
And now... we're going to use all of Cox's hit points. All of them. To kill these two characters. I hope it's going to be enough. I don't know how many times I can stack this, but we're going to give it a few shots. Was that enough? Oh god, it hurts. Once more? No. This should be fine. Remember, this guy takes 50% less morale damage, so... This will be enough to break him. And the Druidess only removes 3 stacks of her debuff. So I should be able to apply enough demoralization that she's doing less damage. I hope. Yeah, there we go. It's not much, but I'll take anything at this point. Anything at all. Come on, you can do it, Cox. Cox out! You can do it! She's still removing it, just fine. Oh, fuck. This combo of enemies. This was by far the worst ever. I don't know if... I'm trying to think of one that's possibly worse, and I don't know. This was awful. Fuck that one. Holy shit.
And now I have a nice load of bodies for my army.
The Lord's Ascensions have been so much harder than I expected them to be. And I don't know why. I really don't.
Age brings experience.
But that was Ascension 12. My second take, and it went pretty much okay. I don't think Tega got as much play as I would have liked. But when this went off, it was kind of cool. I didn't get to do it like 4 times because of the Miraculous Pill. Once because I just missed the opportunity. And the other time because Thanatos was just killing shit. And the other time because they couldn't get enough debuffs to proc this. So, lessons learned. Double slowing items is really sketch. Trollbeer plus Miraculous Pill, that was pretty sketch. Second, maybe keep Teguk with Dracul. It being contingent on them both living one turn, though, was really dangerous and unreliable, as you saw. But, my friends, either way, I hope you enjoyed. I kind of did. The next Ascension is level 13, which Master's maximum life is reduced by 15% for a total of 25%. They're itching towards that 50% I usually play with. But I would have lost with this on, I think. Or I would have been really close. So things to consider. Things to keep in mind for the next time the Lord comes around. This will be the last round of each Master coming up. Of course, we will be going back to the OG himself, and that'll be his last one. I have his build already planned. It's going to be glorious. It's going to be fantastic. And I don't think anything can stop me. And now that I've said that out loud, I'm a little concerned. But thank you all for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. Thank you to the patrons and channel members who support the channel. I greatly appreciate you. And if you would like to stay up to date with anything happening on the channel, feel free to join the Discord in the description down below. And I'll see you all next time for the Buff Master himself. Bye.